Hello and welcome, my YouTubenites! It's Jason from Me as Jason, and I thought that I would do an intro for you, pretty much about my everyday. And today is part of that everyday. It is me shitting. I shit over 5 times a day, and none of them are solid. They're all soft, just pretty much like peeing out my butthole. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the video log of my day. I'm sure you are looking forward to it. What does Jason do every day? Well, he shits. He shits an awful lot. Okay, so we're gonna catch you back on this vlog and, you know, capturing everyday life. Awesome sauce. Okay, now I'm all done in the bathroom for time number 2. I got, let's say, well, at least 4 or 5 more to go. Now, my dad got me this. Going home where I can poop for as long as I want. You see, that is actually something that is something I need. Because, it's true. I have, like, gastrointestinal issues, apparently. Now, speaking of that, I had a good idea. This was my idea. So I used to work for a gastrointestinal place, and it was the only job I ever got fired from. However, they didn't like escort me out. They let me walk around the whole building and say goodbye to people. Because I wasn't fired for anything crazy. I was fired for pretty much being a dick. And I was a dick to customers. Which, you know, I can explain later if y'all want to hear about it. But I was a dick to customers. And because of that, you know, good customer service, I didn't, you know, I was a dick. So, anyway, because of that, I got canned. But when he canned me, which is the main head boss, he like came in, a little shady. He was actually the best boss I ever had. Well, there's 2 bosses that were really good, like good bosses. People, they were okay people, they were decent people, but they were good bosses, and I've had 2 of those. But he was a relatively good boss. He would come in 2nd place. But at any rate, he could have been kidding too. I don't know. He seemed serious when he was telling me that, you know, he would help find placement or whatever. And he seemed down and about it. But, you know, it never panned out. But that could have been my fault too. Who knows? Anyway, so, the big head boss came in, canned me, and I still got to say goodbye to all my coworkers because obviously I'm popular. So, I got to say goodbye to all my coworkers, and I'm talking about this because when I worked at the endoscopy center, I wanted to get a colonoscopy to check about my diverticulitis. Now, all this stuff you can look up. You know, I mean, they put it all on the YouTuber to show that research, but, you know, you're a human and you can function, so go ahead and investigate. You know, obviously, I mean, I do so much for you guys, and you can't look up diverticulitis. I just don't get it. Okay, but anyway, so diverticulosis, I have one of those, and sometimes it flares up, and that's why I menstrual's for the period. That's why I bowel movement more frequently than others. Or as frequently as like a 87-year-old has bowel movements. That's kind of where I'm at. My inside of my stomach and colon is roughly about like what an 87-year-old's would look like. So it's a little used, abused, okay? So anyway, I got myself some stomach issues right now. I had my appendix out, and I have some scar tissue in there, which is abnormal for me. So when I feel like my stomach is extended or dilated or other medical terms, I feel it like expanded huge amounts. And I can feel my scar tissue. And above and beyond that, sometimes it feels like there's a pain. Now, it could be a phantom pain because I'll tell you one thing, an appendix that bursts and you didn't know about it, the bitch hurts, okay? The bitch hurts. Okay, so you got yourself an appendix and you think, oh, it's fine, you know, it's a little flare up. But no, the shit blew up and it hurt a lot. So anyway, besides the point, I was in need of having another colonoscopy. Obviously, I'm not going to pay for it. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't see why Americans pay for anything. I think we should either just take whatever we want or just be kind and deserve whatever we get. So, I deserve a free colonoscopy, and I got one already, but I would like another one. And so what happens is I was going to approach my old job and be like, hey, I can do a YouTube spot on how important it is to have your colonoscopy. And so I was going to do that for them, and obviously they would, because of our history and because I'm giving them the free exposure, they would, obviously it would be free. So I was heading down that road when I realized I was sick, because when you don't have health insurance nor a job, you just get sick and die. And, you know, I mean, to certain people, like, you know, Trump, he'd be fine with it. You know, poor people dying, it's one... I mean, it's less on his workforce, but he doesn't pay his workforce anyway. But anyway, so besides the point, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get a colonoscopy. So that was in my head. Ooh. So that was in my head, you see. I wanted to get a colonoscopy, and I wanted to pay either insurance rates or just something low. And it didn't necessarily have to be free, although, you know, it probably should be. But anyway, so I debunked that because I realized that just because you think something should be free doesn't mean that others think it should be free. I also realized that I don't have enough of a fan base to give them any monetary, you know, show when it comes time for me to be like, hey, I put you on YouTube, you know, pretty much what all the other YouTubers do. And by all the other YouTubers, I mean the people with millions of subscribers. You see, they can pretty much do that. And you think it's crazy? You think it's crazy that if you walk into a place and be like, I would like something for free, or I have this service I need, I would like it done, and I don't want to pay, but I can advertise it. And that's what YouTube does. You see, that's what YouTube allows. However, it doesn't allow you to do that if you have as many viewers as me. So I've decided I can't do that. So I may or may not die. It depends on what's inside my stomach and how close I come to death. But I did have my appendix out, and that bill was somewhere around 70 grand. Now that, unfortunately for some of my viewers, but fortunately for me and my family, that was worked on by my mother. And my mother went ahead and you know, expunged that amount of money, that high amount of money, just because I don't have a job. And the job I do have, which doesn't need to be mentioned, this job, and I'm sorry to my bestie, but look, I don't try to talk about it each and every time. The fact is I don't have money. So I'm not going to talk about the fact that I don't have money. I'm not going to talk about the fact that YouTube's not making me money. I want to be silent about that issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, every now and then, you need to pay for health. And by pay, I mean expel money from your being, which I don't have. And that's it. That's the topic I'm getting to, and that's all I'm saying. You need to expel money, and if you don't have that, you can't do that. So it's not that I'm really talking about my finances often. It's just talking about life. And life involves money, and you need money to survive, and you need money to actually live. And by live, I mean actually not die, which I may be doing because I have some crazy stomach situations going on. But that's okay. It is not up to you to make me live. It's up to God, and He's failing a little bit. He's letting the devil in a lot. But that's okay. That's okay, you know, because the world's ending anyway, right? I mean, North Korea, this nuclear war thing, whatever. Take a breath. Realize we're not going to be here in the next 3 years, and does it all matter anyway? That's what I say. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that brief topic about my health, and I just wanted to tell you that I love you. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't. At this point, it really doesn't matter. I'll probably be in this boat forever. And forever is like a week, because obviously nuclear war is coming. So anyway, I love you. Just keep the love, because that's the best part that's going to get you through these end of days. All right. Love you. Bye.